Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here at the Bucks and Six channel. And today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, I have a bit of an eclectic group of cards that is just recent pickups. In the middle of it, I do have a stretch of cards that has somewhat of a theme thread that kind of connects cards together. But for the most part, this is all over the place with different cards that I've been picking up recently. I do have a goal coming up for the coming year that I'll try to have a little bit more focus with my collecting, but also I want to keep the whimsical nature of my collection still at the forefront because that is, after all, what I enjoy the most about the hobby is finding cards that I like randomly and picking them up. Although there are some things that I like to have some focus on, and we'll get into that in 2026. I am also going to apologize. I've got some random sounds going on. I've got one of my dogs here at my side, Alaska. She's chewing on a Benny bone, so there's going to be some probably some grinding sounds from the floor. I've got my son in the basement working on some car parts. Might be some random tools going on in the background, but I had some time tonight with some nasty weather going on outdoors that I thought I'd put together a video. So, without any further ado, today's first card is a card that is inspired by some of my childhood memories. This is a guy named Terry Porter. He was not a superstar, but he was a very good player in the NBA. This is a 1987 Fleer. This is a rookie card. It's actually if you look on the back, the stats here show he's played for a couple years, but this is the first card that was ever made of Terry Porter. He's most well known for being kind of the backcourt sidekick to Clyde Drexler when the Portland Trailblazers made some deep runs and made it to the NBA Finals a number of times, only to be defeated by usually Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. But Terry Porter has a special connection to me because he played at a small college in Wisconsin called Stevens Point. Stevens Point has a small university in the center of the state of Wisconsin. And Stevens Point was the main rival for my team that I cheered for, my alma mater, the Eau Claire Blue Golds, UW Eau Claire and UW Stevens Point were heated rivals back in the 80s. And I saw Terry Porter play many games for Stevens Point against my Blue Golds, and even though he played for the enemy back then, I really cheered for him when he made it to the NBA, just because you don't see too many players from small colleges like that make it big time, and it was just cool to see a guy I had seen play in person in my local gym making it big. So picked up a Terry Porter, thought it was long overdue that I would pick up a card of his, so made my basketball card collection grow a little bit. Next card here I picked up recently. This is another kind of an oddball card, but it's really pretty. This was a 2025 Panini Prism Bud Selig card. It's some sort of refractor. It's blue. I don't know the name of what this is called necessarily, but I do know that it is numbered to 15. This is card 13 out of 15. I don't know if the camera's picking that up down there in the left-hand side, but Bud Selig had some detractors through the years, but I always was a fan of Bud Selig. Being from Milwaukee, Bud Selig is pretty much single-handedly responsible for keeping baseball in the state of Wisconsin, and for that I'm always grateful. Some people question some of the decisions he made as commissioner, but I really believe many of the decisions he made as commissioner really helped to grow the sport. He kind of instituted interleague play, and just a lot of things that Bud Selig did for the game of baseball, particularly here in the state of Wisconsin. And that was a really pretty card, numbered to 15, so grabbed that. The next grouping, there's a few cards in a row here that kind of go onto this theme that I like to collect cards of retired players. These are post-playing era cards, and primarily of guys that I do not have the financial means to collect from their playing era cards. So I've got post-playing era cards, and this one I've got is the first one is a Jackie Robinson. This got some shine to it. This is a 2000 Upper Deck Ones for the Ages Jackie Robinson. You can find all sorts of post-playing era cards for these great iconic players, and it's kind of hard for me almost to decide which ones I want to pull the trigger on because there's so many of them out there. You just kind of got to look and see what you like, and I've got guys like Brent Richards that is constantly showing these shiny cards. Kind of gives me some direction in how to find some of these. But this one caught my eye. Really like this one. I'll show the back. But obviously Jackie Robinson, one of the guys I definitely like to collect with how important he was to the game of baseball and to the country, actually. So there's a Jackie Robinson. The next one is another Jackie Robinson. This is a perennial all-star card, and I just really like the design of this. Kind of got the flag motif going with the red, white, and blue with the stars. This is from 2019 Topps. I think this was an insert set. I wasn't collecting at that time, so I'm not up on what all the different inserts were or whether they were just part of sets, but I think this was an insert. And I really liked the way it looked, so picked that one up. I got a couple of Jackie Robinsons. I'm always looking to expand that Jackie Robinson collection. And the next few, there's 3 of them in a row here that all come from Topps Gallery of Greats. And the Gallery of Greats cards are really phenomenal cards for picking up post-playing era cards. And there's parallels that are, numbered and really sharp looking and quite expensive actually from the Gallery of Greats. But I picked up a handful of just base cards because I think the base cards on this really shine just on their own. Just look at the rainbow color on this. This is obviously Willie Mays. I do actually have a few Willie Mays cards in my collection from his playing days, courtesy of my Aunt Gail that I've shown on the channel. But this one really drew my eye. These Gallery of Greats cards look really, really sharp. So I grabbed this. This was from 2015, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's the Willie Mays. The next one is another Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson from that same Gallery of Greats set. Again, I really love the shine on these cards. The rainbow kind of effect with those. I really love that picture of Jackie jumping up to catch a ball there. I love that stadium in the background. It kind of gets the shine effect as well. Really love that Jackie Robinson card. Kind of went on a Jackie Robinson kick here lately, so grab that one. And the next one is this is more. I've got plenty of cards of this guy because he played when I was alive. Even this is Ken Griffey. Saw this one when I was looking for those other cards. Get this one a little bit straightened out here, but the Ken Griffey I thought looked really sharp as well, so I picked this one up. I'm a big Ken Griffey fan. I've talked about him on my channel a couple of times. A couple of stories that I told about him as I was a younger man. Had some memories from him at a ballpark, so grabbed that one. I'll set Terry Porter off to the side, make room for Ken Griffey Jr. The next one, this is, again, I talk about Brent Richards on just about every one of my episodes. Probably get sick of me talking about him, but he has really guided some of my decisions showing cards. And this card here is from 2016 Topps Vault Originals. And this is a card that's made out of metal, and I've got this in my Slab City case, and it's in a sleeve, so it'd take a bit of work for me to get it out of there. But trust me, this card is just really a cool card to have in hand, made out of metal. And it's numbered 90. Yeah, numbered 90 out of 135. So there's 135 of these cards made out of metal. And this really just a cool card. It's got some heft to it. And I immediately put it in my Slab City slab. I should point out all of these I have in One Touch Town, and I'm gonna be putting this Willie Mays into One Touch Town, I think, as well. It's in my top loader land for now, but it is going to get the upgrade. So I'll see if the card stand can hold this heavy metal Randy Johnson. And then the last card I have is really for my PC. Couple of great Brewer pitchers. This is a 2008 Upper Deck Generations memorabilia card. It's got 2 patches, and it does have the correct verbiage on the back. I don't know if you can see that, but it does say that those are game-used jersey patches, so that gives me a little bit of confidence that it's the real deal because it's got the correct verbiage on there. But Yovani Gallardo and Ben Sheets, these two guys were 2 of the best Brewer pitchers that have ever put on the Brewer uniform, especially as far as stuff goes. Ben Sheets had a career cut short, injury. There's a lot of pitchers have their injuries kind of cut their career short, but Ben Sheets had one of the most nasty curveballs in baseball for quite some time, and Yovani Gallardo also had some great moments. I've told some stories about Yovani on my channel. He was pitching the first day I ever brought my son to a baseball game, and I've told that story before, so I forgive me if I tell it again. But he pitched that game, pitched 8 shutout innings, and the Brewers won 1-0 on a home run by Yovani Gallardo. So that was a pretty memorable day for me as I brought my son to his first baseball game. So these two guys have a lot of great memories tied to them from when I was younger, watching the Brewers kind of emerge from kind of the dark days of the franchise. They really struggled, but these 2 pitchers really kind of brought in a new era where the Brewers started to play better, started in the mid-2000s, and carrying on to present day. The Brewers really have been a quality organization. So anyway, that is my little collection for the day, and my dog Euchre is trying to climb up here on the table, so I'm going to sign off before he tips things over. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Till next time, enjoy the hobby and stay true to yourself.